The massive alien ship appeared in the sky above Seoul without warning. It hung there, silent and still, blocking the sun like a metal cloud. People stopped in the streets to look up, pointing and taking pictures with their phones. In the National Defense Building, Captain Sunwoo stood at the window watching the ship with narrow eyes. His uniform was neat, but his face showed worry. "Sir, we're getting a signal," said Officer Minji, looking up from her computer. Her fingers moved quickly over the keyboard. "They want to talk," Sunwoo nodded. "Put it on the main screen." The large screen on the wall lit up. An alien with blue skin and 4 eyes looked back at them. It had no hair and wore a silver uniform with many badges. "People of Earth," the alien said in perfect Korean. "I am High Commander Taylor of the Galactic Confederation. We come in peace to welcome you to the galactic community." Sunwoo stepped forward. "I am Captain Sunwoo of Earth's United Defense Force. We welcome you and hope for friendly relations." Taylor made a sound like laughing. "Your planet has been under observation for some time. We have studied your weapons and defenses. Your technology is primitive, but don't worry. We are here to help you advance." Sunwoo felt his face grow hot. "Primitive? Our military is highly advanced." "You still use physical weapons," Taylor said. "Bullets, missiles, even bows and arrows. The last civilization in our confederation to use such things was conquered 5,000 years ago. 3 days later, world leaders gathered at the Seoul Olympic Stadium for the first official meeting with the aliens. The Galactic Confederation sent 20 representatives. They all looked similar to Taylor, but wore different colored uniforms. President Do-hyun of Korea stood at the podium to welcome them. "Today marks a historic moment for Earth. We hope to learn from you and share our own knowledge." High Commander Taylor stepped forward. Behind him stood a smaller alien named Naro, who carried many small devices. Naro was introduced as the Confederation's weapons expert. "We have studied your military capabilities," Naro said, showing holographic images of Earth's weapons. "Your most advanced fighter jets move at only twice the speed of sound. Our smallest, scout ships travel at half the speed of light." The Earth leaders shifted uncomfortably in their seats. "And these," Naro continued, showing pictures of guns and missiles, "use chemical explosions to push metal. Very basic. We stopped using such methods when our civilization was young." Then Naro showed a picture of a bow and arrow. "But this is truly amusing. Some of your people still use these ancient toys for sport and hunting. A bent stick that shoots a pointed stick. We find this charming, like watching children play." In the audience, Master Archer Junho felt his hands tighten into fists. He had won 3 Olympic gold medals with his compound bow. He looked down at the case by his feet that held his newest bow, a marvel of carbon fiber pulleys and precision engineering. After the meeting, Captain Sunwoo approached President Do-hyun. "They're underestimating us, sir. They think we're weak." President Do-hyun nodded slowly. "I noticed that too. Perhaps we should show them that old technology doesn't mean ineffective technology." "I have an idea," Sunwoo said. "Remember Master Junho, the archer?" The next day, the aliens agreed to watch a demonstration of Earth's military capabilities. They sat in a special viewing area, looking bored as tanks rolled by and planes flew overhead. "Very noisy," commented Taylor. "And so much smoke and fuel used." Then Captain Sunwoo stepped forward. "Honored guests, we would now like to show you one of our oldest weapons, which we have continued to improve over thousands of years." He nodded to the side, and Master Junho walked out carrying his compound bow. It was sleek and black with carbon fiber limbs and a complex system of cables and pulleys. "This is nothing like the simple bows your scans detected," Sunwoo explained. "This is a modern compound bow, using advanced materials and physics principles." Naro leaned forward, suddenly interested. "The design is more complex than our scans showed, but still it's just a physical projectile. Would you care to test its effectiveness against your defenses?" Sunwoo asked. Naro looked at Taylor, who nodded. "Very well. It will be educational for you to see how primitive your weapons truly are." Naro pressed a button on his wrist and a faint blue field appeared around him. "This is our standard personal shield. It can stop any energy weapon in the known galaxy. Master Junho knocked a special arrow into his bow. He drew back the string smoothly, the pulleys multiplying his strength. His face was calm as he aimed at a target set up just behind Naro. The arrow flew with barely a sound, and passed right through the alien's shield as if it wasn't there. The arrow flying through the alien shield ended Part 1 with quite a dramatic moment. Now I'll continue with Part 2. The diplomatic summit in approximately 800 words, using simple English and third-person style as requested. The room fell silent as the arrow embedded itself in the target behind Naro. The alien's 4 eyes blinked rapidly in confusion. He looked at the arrow, then at his shield, then at Master Junho. "How is this possible?" Naro whispered. High Commander Taylor rose from his seat. "Explain this immediately." Captain Sunwoo smiled slightly. "Your shields are designed to stop energy weapons, correct? They detect energy signatures and create a barrier, but our arrow has no energy signature. It's simply a physical object moving below your shield's detection threshold." The aliens began talking among themselves in their language. It sounded like water bubbling over rocks. Taylor raised his hand, and they fell silent. "This changes things," he said. "We need to discuss this further. We request a formal diplomatic meeting tomorrow." That night in Korea's presidential palace, leaders from around the world gathered in an emergency meeting. The room was large, with wooden tables arranged in a circle. Maps and screens covered the walls. "They underestimated us," President Do-hyun said. "This gives us an advantage in tomorrow's talks." Captain Sunwoo nodded. "Yes, but we should be careful. They still have technology far beyond ours." Master Junho sat quietly at the edge of the room, his bow case at his feet. He hadn't expected to become important in alien diplomacy when he woke up yesterday. An American general leaned forward. "We should demand access to their shield technology in exchange for our bow technology." "No," said Junho, speaking for the first time. Everyone turned to look at him. "We shouldn't trade away our advantage so quickly. The bow is more than just a weapon to us. It represents human ingenuity, finding strength in simplicity." The next morning, the diplomatic summit began in Seoul's Grand Peace Hall. The building's obemae curved roof resembled a traditional Korean hanok house, but was made of modern glass and steel. Sunlight streamed through the windows, making the marble floor glow. The aliens entered first, wearing formal robes instead of uniforms. Their blue skin looked almost purple in the morning light. 20 human representatives followed, including President Do-hyun, Captain Sunwoo, and surprisingly Master Junho. High Commander Taylor spoke first. "Yesterday's demonstration was educational. We have reassessed your civilization's capabilities. We propose an exchange of technologies." President Do-hyun smiled politely. "What kind of exchange?" "Your compound bow designs for our basic shield technology," Taylor said. Sunwoo and Junho exchanged glances. This was exactly what they had discussed the night before. "That seems like a simple trade," President Do-hyun said carefully. "But the bow represents thousands of years of human development. It's not just the current design that matters, but the thinking behind it." Naro stepped forward, holding a small device. "We have analyzed your arrow's path through our shield. The combination of speed, mass, and lack of energy signature created what we call a blind gap. No civilization has exploited this weakness before." "Perhaps," said Junho, "because no civilization maintained and improved their traditional weapons while developing new ones." Taylor turned all 4 eyes toward Junho. "You are the bowmaker?" "I am an archer," Junho corrected. "I use the bow. Many skilled craftspeople design and make them." "Show me how it works," Taylor said. It wasn't a request. Junho opened his case and assembled his compound bow. The aliens watched with interest as he attached the stabilizers and checked the pulleys. Unlike a simple bow, the compound bow had a complex system that made it look more like a machine than a bent stick. "The genius is in the cams and pulleys," Junho explained, pointing. "When I pull back, the pulleys rotate, changing the mechanical advantage. At full draw, I'm holding only a fraction of the total force." Naro touched the bow carefully. This is elegant. We expected primitive technology, but this is sophisticated mechanical engineering. Taylor whispered something to his aide, who left the room quickly. We need to reconsider our proposal, Taylor announced. This summit will recess for 1 hour. As the aliens left, President Do-hyun turned to Junho. What just happened? Captain Sunwoo smiled. I think they realized they're not dealing with primitives after all. Junho carefully placed his bow back in its case. They've been focused on energy weapons for so long, they forgot the power of simple physics. Sometimes the old ways are still effective. When the aliens returned, their attitude had changed. Taylor no longer looked down at the humans. Instead, he regarded them with new respect. Earth will be classified as a Class II emerging power, he announced. We offer not just shield technology, but membership in the Galactic Confederation's Defense Council. Your perspective could be valuable. President Do-hyun nodded slowly. We accept your offer of membership. As for technology exchange, we are willing to discuss it further as equal partners. The bow that had been dismissed as primitive had just earned humanity a seat at the galactic table. 1 week after the diplomatic summit, Earth prepared for a formal demonstration of its military capabilities for the Galactic Confederation. The aliens had requested a complete showcase of human weapon technologies, with special focus on archery. They wanted to understand how such primitive weapons could bypass their advanced shields. The demonstration was set up at a large military testing ground outside Seoul. Metal targets stood at various distances across the field. Some were covered with alien shield technology, while others were made from materials used in Confederation ship hulls. Master Junho arrived early, carrying 3 different compound bows. He was no longer just an athlete. Now he represented humanity's unexpected advantage against an advanced alien civilization. He felt the weight of this responsibility as he carefully unpacked his equipment. Captain Sunwoo joined him, looking over the bows with interest. Are you ready for today? Junho nodded. I've been practicing with the new arrows. The engineers made some improvements based on what we learned about the alien shields. The sky was clear and blue when the alien delegation arrived in their silver transport vessel. High Commander Taylor led the group, accompanied by Naro and 5 other aliens in scientific uniforms. They carried many devices for recording and measuring. President Do-hyun welcomed them. Today you will see that humanity's strength comes from our ability to improve old ideas, not just create new ones. The demonstration began with conventional weapons, tanks, jets, and missile systems. The aliens watched politely, but without much interest. Their scans had already told them about these technologies. When it was time for the archery demonstration, Junho stepped forward. Behind him stood 10 of Earth's best archers, each with different types of bows. We will show you 3 types of compound bows today, Junho explained. Each represents a different balance of power, speed, and accuracy. He picked up his first bow, a compact model designed for hunting. This bow is small but powerful. The cams are aggressive, creating a high let-off. This means when fully drawn, I hold only 20% of the total draw weight. Naro stepped closer, scanning the bow with a handheld device. Fascinating mechanical advantage. The energy storage is efficient. Junho knocked an arrow and fired at a target protected by an alien shield. The arrow passed through easily and hit the center of the target. Now, said Junho, we will demonstrate different arrow types. The archers behind him stepped forward. Each fired arrows with different tips, some sharp and simple, others with complex mechanical heads that opened on impact. This broadhead arrow, Junho explained, holding up an arrow with a wide bladed tip, is designed for hunting. When it hits, these blades open to create a larger wound channel. The aliens looked uncomfortable at this description. This arrow, Junho continued, showing one with a small cylinder at the tip, contains a transponder. Once through the shield, it can send signals back. Naro's eyes widened. You could use this to disable our shields from inside. Potentially, Captain Sunwoo said with a slight smile. Or for communication purposes only, of course. High Commander Taylor made a gesture, and 2 alien guards brought forward a piece of metal that glowed faintly blue. This is hull material from our battleships. It can withstand direct hits from most energy weapons. Test your arrows against this. Junio selected a special arrow with a tip made of a dense composite material. He drew back his most powerful bow, a tournament model modified by military engineers. The bow's limbs curved dramatically, storing enormous energy. When he released, the arrow flew with incredible speed. It struck the alien metal and penetrated 3 centimeters before stopping. The aliens stared in shock. Not a complete penetration, Sunwoo noted, but enough to damage systems behind the hull. Impossible, one alien scientist said. That material is rated to withstand temperatures of a small sun. Your defenses are designed for energy attacks, Junho explained, not physical impacts from small, fast-moving objects. Naro turned to Taylor. Commander, this changes our understanding of defense requirements. Our entire fleet has the same vulnerability. For the final demonstration, Junho showed how archers could fire in rapid succession, sending multiple arrows through shields before the aliens could react. The other archers demonstrated shooting while moving, from different positions and in coordinated volleys. When it was over, High Commander Taylor approached President Do-hyun. We have seriously underestimated your species. This simple technology, refined and improved over thousands of years, has found a weakness no other civilization discovered. Sometimes, President Do-hyun said, looking backward is the best way to move forward. That evening, the aliens requested an emergency meeting. When Earth's leaders arrived, Taylor stood before a holographic display showing the Galactic Confederation's territory. The Confederation faces threats from beyond our borders, he said. Perhaps your unique perspective on warfare could help us see new solutions to old problems. Captain Sunwoo smiled at Junho. Their demonstration had changed everything. Earth was no longer seen as primitive, but as a valuable ally with unique insights. The alien delegation stayed on Earth for a month after the archery demonstration. Each day they learned more about human weapons and tactics. But the biggest revelations were happening on their mothership, orbiting high above the planet. Aboard the massive vessel, Commander Taylor called an emergency council meeting. Representatives from 12 alien species gathered in the circular chamber. Holograms of their homeworlds floated above their seats. Naro, the weapons expert, stood nervously in the center. Esteemed council members, Taylor began, our understanding of defensive technology must be completely reconsidered. The chamber filled with concerned murmurs. A tall, thin alien with gray skin spoke first. Explain yourself, Commander. As you know, we have spent centuries developing energy shields to protect against advanced weapons, Taylor said. But the humans of Earth have shown us a serious flaw in our defenses. Naro stepped forward and activated a hologram showing Master Junho firing an arrow through an alien shield. This human weapon is considered ancient by their standards, yet it passes through our shields as if they weren't there. Impossible, shouted one council member. I witnessed it myself, Taylor replied. Their compound bow technology uses no energy signature our shields can detect. The physical projectile moves at precisely the right speed to exploit a blind spot in our defensive systems. On Earth, unaware of the meeting happening above them, Junho practiced with a new bow designed by Earth's top engineers. This bow combined traditional Korean archery techniques with modern materials. Captain Sunwoo watched from the sidelines, talking with President Do-hyun. The aliens have been unusually quiet these past few days, Sunwoo noted. President Do-hyun nodded. They're reassessing everything. We've changed how they see us. Back on the alien ship, Naro displayed a historical timeline of Confederation weapons development. For the past 3,000 years, we have focused exclusively on energy-based weapons. We abandoned physical projectiles as inefficient and primitive. This created a blind spot in our thinking, Taylor added. While we advanced in one direction, we forgot the old ways. Humans kept improving both paths. The council chamber erupted in debate. Some members argued for immediately adapting their shields. Others wanted to develop new physical weapons of their own. There is another concern, Naro said, silencing the room. If humans can bypass our shields with arrows, what else might they develop? Their thinking is different from ours. On Earth that same day, Jun-Ho demonstrated a new arrow design to a group of military officials. The arrow had a small device attached to its shaft. This transmitter activates after penetrating the shield, an engineer explained. It could temporarily disrupt their entire shield system from the inside, creating a window for conventional weapons. Captain Sunwoo smiled. From a simple demonstration to a potential game-changer in just a month. In space, the Alien Council reached a decision. Taylor looked around the chamber at his fellow representatives. We must offer humans full membership in the Confederation immediately. Better to have them as allies than potential enemies. And if they refuse? Asked the gray-skinned representative. Then we pray they never develop spacefaring technology, Taylor replied grimly. A species that can find such a simple solution to bypass our most advanced defenses would be a formidable enemy. The next morning on Earth, the alien delegation requested an urgent meeting with world leaders. They gathered in the United Nations building in New York. The room was tense as Taylor entered with Naro and 3 other aliens. People of Earth, Taylor began, his voice more respectful than before. What you have shown us with your primitive weapon has forced us to reconsider everything we thought we knew about defensive technology. He activated a hologram showing hundreds of planets. The Galactic Confederation spans over 300 worlds. Each believed, as we did, that energy shields were the pinnacle of defense technology. Each was wrong. President Do-yoon leaned forward. What are you saying? Your compound bow, a weapon your own people consider ancient, has revealed a critical flaw in defenses used throughout the galaxy, Taylor explained. This revelation could shift the balance of power for thousands of species. Captain Sunwoo and Jun-Ho exchanged glances. What had started as a simple demonstration had uncovered something far bigger than they had imagined. The Confederation formally invites Earth to join as a full member, Taylor continued. Your perspective would be invaluable to us. And if we decline? President Do-yoon asked carefully. Taylor's 4 eyes blinked slowly. Then we would be forced to consider Earth a potential threat, a planet of beings who think so differently, who can find such simple solutions to complex problems, could someday challenge the entire Confederation. The human leaders understood the unspoken message. This was not just an invitation. It was a crossroads for humanity's future among the stars. 6 months after Earth received the invitation to join the Galactic Confederation, the integration was well underway. A new building stood in Seoul, its architecture blending traditional Korean design with alien materials that shimmered in the sunlight. This was the Earth Embassy to the Confederation, and today was an important day. Master Jun-Ho walked up the steps feeling strange in his new formal uniform. The simple archer had become Earth's lead weapons advisor to the Confederation. He carried his favorite compound bow, now modified with some alien materials that made it even more effective. Inside the Grand Hall, representatives from 20 alien worlds stood in groups, talking quietly. They fell silent as Jun-Ho entered. Many nodded respectfully, a far cry from the dismissive attitudes of their first meetings. Captain Sunwoo, now General Sunwoo, greeted him at the door. Ready for your presentation to the Defense Council? Jun-Ho nodded. I still can't believe they want me to teach alien military officers about bow technology. Believe it, Sunwoo said with a smile. Your simple demonstration changed everything. Commander Taylor approached them, his blue skin looking brighter in his ceremonial robes. Master Jun-Ho, General Sunwoo. Today marks the first official joint weapons development summit between Earth and the Confederation. The 3 walked together into a large conference room. Holographic displays showed both human and alien weapons. In the center was a new design, a hybrid weapon that combined Earth's compound bow mechanics with alien materials and energy technology. The Mark I hybrid bow, Taylor explained to the gathered delegates. It fires physical projectiles using mechanical advantage like Earth bows, but incorporates our energy storage technology. The arrows can penetrate any known shield or armor in the galaxy. An alien with 6 arms raised one. Why not simply redesign our shields to block physical projectiles? We tried, Naro said, stepping forward. But the humans then developed arrows that change velocity mid-flight. When we adjust shields to block fast objects, they send slow ones. When we block slow ones, they send fast ones. The room filled with concerned murmurs. This is why Earth's membership in the Confederation is so valuable, Taylor continued. Humans think differently. They preserved and improved ancient technologies while developing new ones. This gives them unique insights. President Do-hyun, who had been listening quietly, stood up. We are honored to share our knowledge, but we hope our greatest contribution will be peace, not better weapons. After the meeting, Junho demonstrated the hybrid bow to a group of alien military officers. They watched with new respect as he hit impossible targets. How did your people maintain interest in such old technology? One officer asked. Our civilization abandoned physical weapons long ago. We kept them for sport and hunting, Junho explained. Not everything needs to be the newest technology to be valuable. Later that evening, Junho stood on the embassy roof, looking at the stars. General Sunwoo joined him. Hard to believe one arrow changed humanity's future, Sunwoo said. Junho nodded. They had advanced so far in one direction that they forgot to look behind them. Sometimes the oldest solutions are still effective. The Confederation scientists estimate it would have taken them a century to discover the shield flaw on their own, Sunwoo said. Your arrow saved 100 years of vulnerability. In orbit above Earth, Commander Taylor looked down at the blue planet from his ship. His aide entered with reports. The hybrid bow technology has been distributed to all Confederation defense forces, the aide said, and the first human officers have begun training on our capital world. Taylor nodded. And the border situation? The hostile forces beyond our space have withdrawn, the aide reported. Our intelligence suggests they detected our new weapons capabilities. Good, Taylor said. Earth has proven more valuable than we ever imagined. Their thinking complements ours perfectly. Back on Earth, Master Junho packed away his bow after a long day of demonstrations. A young alien approached him, holding a traditional Korean wooden bow. Master, the alien said hesitantly, would you teach me the old ways? I want to understand how your people think. Junho smiled. Of course. We'll start with the basics. As they walked to the training field, the alien asked, do you ever wonder what would have happened if your arrow hadn't passed through our shield that first day? Junho thought for a moment. I believe good ideas always find their way into the world eventually. Earth would have found its place among the stars someday. Perhaps, the alien said. But thanks to your simple bow, that day came much sooner. From a dismissed primitive weapon to the cornerstone of galactic defense strategy, the humble bow had earned humanity its place among the stars. And with it came not just new technology, but a valuable lesson for the Confederation. Never judge another civilization by what appears outdated, for in those ancient tools might lie the future itself.